The definition of moral courage is the courage or inner strength a person has when acting in ethical conflicts according to ethical principles and one's own values and beliefs, even at the risk of negative outcomes for the acting individual. Why it's important in the clinical setting? It's because moral courage is important in the clinical setting because it facilitates safe, compassionate, human-centered care through honest interprofessional dialogue and patient advocacy. Ugh, so boring.
Morphine, 10 milligrams. I don't think he needs it. I'll hold on to it.
Wait, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? My back's been hurting too. Normal now. Hey, can you go do an assessment on my patient over there?
Sure. She looks okay. I guess her lips and finger are blue, but I guess she just likes blue raspberry Slurpees. Yeah, I did my assessment.
Yeah.
She looks fine. I guess she's asleep.
Okay, I'll document it. Thanks.
Thanks.
Ugh, that's so annoying. Why do the interpreter? It's so inconvenient.
Just save it for later. They can wait.
You're right.
Oh my god. I need to go to the professor to learn about moral courage. Hi, excuse me. I'm struggling to understand moral courage. How can I implement this in the clinical setting?
Thank you so much for asking that. So what would actually happen is that the nurse manager would implement moral courage by fostering a supportive culture where staff feel safe to speak up, while the educator would provide case studies and role play exercises to build confidence in addressing ethical dilemmas. So what this does is that the education is important because it prepares nurses to act when patient safety or rights are at risk. And so the positive impact is clear. Errors are more likely to be prevented, and in turn, patients experience greater trust and satisfaction in their care.
Thank you so much. That was so helpful.
I'm so glad you learned. Let me know if you need anything else.
Okay.
He doesn't really need this. I'll just hold on to it. Maybe you didn't see anything.
I gotta report this to my charge nurse. Hey, can you do an assessment on my patient over there? I'm busy.
Sure.
Oh, wait. This is out of her scope of practice. You can't do that. I'm concerned about the patient's safety. If you're really busy, I can do it instead.
Fine, whatever. Okay.
So annoying. Why did the interpreter? It's so inconvenient.
That's not right. Every patient deserves the same standard of care regardless of what language they speak.
Okay, whatever. Consistently speaking up for patient safety, I would develop a good rapport with my patient and family at the bedside. This can lead to stronger professional relationships and future leadership opportunities. By advocating for the patient, I can grow more confident in my decision making, and this confidence will carry into future situations, making me a more reliable nurse. My self-care strategy is cooking, and I can implement this by meal prepping for school.
As a new graduate nurse, I know I'll face situations where it's not easy to speak up, but I plan to practice moral courage by always putting my patients first. This means advocating for their safety and their wishes, even if it makes me feel uncomfortable or goes against the norm. I will apply this by familiarizing myself with the hospital's policies and have a clear framework for action. When conflicts come up, such as differences between my personal values and patient choices, I will remind myself that my role is to honor the patient's autonomy and dignity while staying professional. For self-care, I feel happier spending time with my cat, so I will implement this by setting aside time to play with her every day.
So as a new graduate registered nurse, I anticipate utilizing moral courage as a method of supporting my patients against instances where I feel like the contrary is occurring. Since I'm the healthcare worker who will spend the most time with the patient, I'm confident that moral courage is the most optimal way to promote patient safety and create an environment where patients feel adequately cared and advocated for. By implementing moral courage, I will become a competent patient-centered nurse who's confident in her decision-making strategies, and likewise, the patients feel confident to have her as their nurse. My self-care strategy involves hiking, training for a half marathon, and how I will implement that is mentioning my aforementioned interests when conversing with patients and letting them know how outdoor activities can have a positive impact on their physical, mental, and spiritual health.
By demonstrating moral courage when addressing unprofessional behavior, unsafe assignments, or medication errors, I will establish myself as a nurse who leads with integrity and prioritizes safety through patient and self-advocacy. These values will help me build trust not only with my patients, but also with my colleagues. Beyond building trust, practicing moral courage will also help protect my nursing license and allow me to have a long, successful career without legal complications. My self-strategy is listening to music, and I can implement this by listening to music on my way to work or when I go for a walk or a run.
By addressing unprofessional behavior, it helps me build a reputation as a nurse who maintains professional standards while also upholding my responsibility to ensure safe and ethical patient care. Embracing moral courage helps me reflect on my experiences and learn from challenging situations. Facing difficulties with courage builds resilience and confidence, supporting my growth as a nurse. My self-care strategy is journaling. Setting aside time before bed to reflect on my day or emotions will help me process challenges and overall reduce stress.